Hello, my name is Carla de Guzman. I'm a romance writer from the Philippines and I have something to say. I realized that I posted this video a day late. Today is currently Thursday in the Philippines and I know I said I would post videos every Wednesday, blah blah blah, but I don't know, things are a little busy, you know, in life, and schedules are totally out of my control. Like the Wednesday thing, that's an achievement for me if you knew like what was going on in my life. But I was supposed to post like a one-day Cebu thing because I was in Cebu for like a day last week, but I realized that maybe 90% of my footage came from the from Terrazas de las Flores, which is this beautiful mountain garden space thing. Yeah. It was also my first time in Cebu, so very interesting place. I would have liked to have seen more, but then again, I was there for only a day. Another thing that we did was watch a concert at the Ayala Museum. I watched with my sister and my brother because they're both very interested in Vivaldi, and for me, this was research. And this youth orchestra was totally amazing. So if you want to check it out. There's a clip in the next one. Just watch. The next thing I wanted to say was the new edition of The Queen's Game is actually out on Kindle on Amazon already. So if you already purchased The Queen's Game on Amazon, thank you so much. The book is currently 99 cents on Amazon from today until March 26th. This new edition features a new cover, still featuring the same photo, but we changed it up a little. It also features a new editor's note, just, you know, from what changed from 2017 to 2019. And there is a bonus chapter. I added one quick chapter at the end of The Queen's Game for this new edition, just to tie in this book to the next book, which is Stealing Luna. You've heard me talk about Stealing Luna on this channel for like once or twice. The release of Stealing Luna is imminent. I am targeting April 27 for the release date, just in time for April Fool's Day. Yeah, but that's the plan. It's a whole thing. It's a whole scheduling thing that I'm just like working through. Okay, if you can hear that noise, we live near a university and currently they're having this fair concert thing and it's gonna go on for the whole night, so that's gonna keep happening. So Stealing Luna is coming out on April 27th. It's an art heist romance featuring characters that may or may not be familiar to you. If you have the new edition of The Queen's Game, one of the main character of Stealing Luna will be there. It'll sort of make sense if you see them together. I'm really excited for the release of this. I have been working on that book for 4 years. So the ideas for The Queen's Game and Stealing Luna kind of came to me one after the other. And I never really thought to combine them into one storyline until like last year, until Ocean's 8 came out. So it's been a while. Like these were the two books where I super struggled with the idea. Like I kept writing it, rewriting it. There's several forms of this book floating around. If I asked you to beta read an older version of these, oh my god, like the book that's coming out is completely different. So here's the tea. Here's the hot tea. I was talking to my friend and editor just this morning and she was telling me about how she was feeling a little down about her writing because she feels like it's already been done before. Like somebody else has already done it, and like what right do I have to write about this thing that it's already been done? Combine that with other things that have been happening to me lately. I felt like I was the last person who could give her advice. It's a little hard, but I came to the very mature realization, because that's who I am now. I came to the mature realization that the way you love something isn't the same way that someone else is going to love something. I'm going to give you a very specific example. Okay, One of my favorite romance books of all time is Act Like It by Lucy Parker. That book is very much centered around musical theater in the West End. Does that mean that every other book about musical theater and romance will be exactly the same? Of course not, because like a couple of years later, Tara Freyas released Waiting in the Wings. Waiting in the Wings is also set in a musical theater universe, but in the Philippines. And the way Tara wrote Waiting in the Wings is completely different from Act Like It, even if they're talking about music. They're both talking about musical theater. This is not a comparison of what's better, what's not better, because we all know that I, as the president of the Alves Family Fan Club, yes, I have been promoted. If you know Tara at all, you would know how much she loves musical theater, and it shows in this book. It shows so well, like, the struggles of being part of that community, the things that the community goes through, what it takes to put up a production like that in the Philippines. And then you have Act Like It, which is also great, but this one is a little more on a bigger scale because we're talking about the West End, and it's also a different kind of world because there's more paparazzi, there's more people paying attention. The lead guy, Richard, has like a celebrity status, so it's a completely different ball game. And then so essentially the same thing but also different. So okay, I'm not going to tell you to not write whatever it is you're working on, especially if you feel like someone else is already writing it. So if you're writing something that's somewhat similar to someone else's work, that's fine. Just I think it's your responsibility to be aware of what's already out there. I don't show this much and I don't talk about this much, but especially with The Queen's Game and For Stealing Luna, half of the work was in the research. Like I've said this before, like the dumbest thing that I ever thought when I was starting out in writing was I thought that I was the shiz. And it's the same thing with this. You're 99% guaranteed that anything you write has already been written before by someone else, probably better than you, probably not better than you. So like I think bare minimum you should at least find out what's already out there. And like I said, my friend was worried about that. What I told her is, what do you want this book to be? If your plan is to make it the bestseller on Amazon, you want it to be the shiz that everyone's reading, I guarantee that's not going to happen for you. Because writing is hard. Success cannot be predicted. The way one author is successful isn't going to be the same way that you're going to be successful. So, you might as well just keep your head down, read your material, and write the story exactly the way you want it. Finish it, and, unleash it out into the world with zero expectations. So, when something happens, it's a good result regardless. I know I'm sounding preachy. I know I'm sounding a little bit angry. Maybe I am. And the dogs are barking. And the sun is setting. But, that's just how I feel. Just write the story that you're going to write. Write it smart. Write it well. And I will be happy for you if you finish it. Because it's an achievement. If you finish it, it's an achievement. Just so that's the third thing I'm going to say. Just write your book. Write your book. Write it smart. Ask other people to read it. Know what's out there before you start writing yours. Don't be intimidated. There's room for you somewhere. So yeah, that's it for me. Bye.